core training, which is so very important for strength and stability. My name is Stacy. I'll be your guide this morning. I'm from the Keystone State of Pennsylvania, and I've been teaching fitness and involved in the fitness business since the mid-1980s. And I really love fitness. I love connecting with other adults who are also interested in improving their health and their wellness and just their overall fitness. And maybe they are just starting out and have questions about the best way to go, or you're experienced and you're looking to level up. Either way, I'm your girl. I've got answers to your questions, and I really enjoy helping you out. GetSetUp is this training and educational platform that helps us learn useful and amazing skills from people just like yourself so that we can do these incredible, wonderful things as we are aging. Since we learn from one another, ideally we can see each other, and hopefully your cameras are on. Remember, this is a no judgment zone, so it doesn't matter, you know, if you combed your hair this morning or what your exercise space looks like. I just like seeing a little bit of movement when I look out at your screens. To request a recording of this class, you can email help@getsetup.io. So remember that email address, and I will remind you of it again at the end of class. If you're joining by live stream, welcome. We're so glad you found us. But remember, the very best way to participate is to join us and register for class. GetSetUp is not paid to promote any specific products or services. Be sure to check with your doctor prior to starting any new exercise program, especially if you have any health conditions or take any medications, if you are recovering from an accident, an illness, or any type of injury. And if your doctor has given you some recommendations or limitations regarding restricting your exercise intensity or range of motion, you be sure to follow what your doctor says and not anything that I show or demonstrate during class. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight my screen, and that way you can follow along with the exercises. So let me just see if I can adjust this camera just a little bit. That'll help. And make sure you have your water for hydration. Even though this is a seated class and we're not using weights, it's important to hydrate before, during, and after any activity. Adjusting my fan because again, it's a little bit warm and humid here today in class. So let's drink, have a little bit of hydration. We will be using unweighted fitness balls today, but if you don't have one, that's okay. You can just pretend by holding your hands in a position as if you were holding a ball. You could also use a stuffed animal if you have one. This is just a dog toy. Or you can make your own ball by taking a bandana, stuffing it with those unmatched socks that you have, you know, that come out of the dryer when the dryer loses your socks. Just put those all together and tie the four corners together, the opposite corners like this, and tuck in any little excess fabric, and you have a little fitness ball that you can hold on to for the purposes of what we're doing. Remember, it's unweighted. There we go. You want to sit midpoint between the back edge of the chair and the front edge. And remember, we will be focusing today on all the muscles that attach to your spine, and those are the muscles that make up your core. And the foundation and the very central aspect of your core is the abdominal group of muscles, and that's typically where we start, and then we work on to the back, and we do the shoulders, upper back, mid back, lower back, and hips a little bit at the end. So let's go ahead and reach tall, reach up, lift, stretch high, reaching for the ceiling, and exhale and release, bringing the arms back down. This gives us a nice stretch and separation into all the segments of the vertebrae. And that's what you want as you're starting out. Just recognize what's happening to your spine. Reach, lift. As you inhale, notice that your rib cage has lifted, your diaphragm is up. And as you exhale and bring those arms down, I want you to try and keep that rib cage lifted and notice how that engages the muscles in your abdominal area. Let's try that again. Reach and lift, stretching tall, rib cage is lifted, exhale, and keep the rib cage lifted. Notice how you have engaged your abdominal muscles. Keeping them engaged, place your hands just above the knees, flat back, lengthen spine, hinge forward, right over top of your thighs, as wherever your flexibility in your hips will permit you, and release. Use your hands for support as you press back up into the vertical position. Let's do that again. Hinge forward, flat back, lengthen spine, and use your arms to press back up. One more time, hinge forward, flat back, release and press back up into that position. Drawing your attention now to the abdominal muscles. Is your diaphragm still lifted? Do you feel those muscles engaged? We're going to start with the transverse abdominals. Those are the deepest set of muscles that run horizontally from hip to hip. We will engage them by pulling in our belly button toward our spine and holding it. This is an exercise you can do anytime, lying down, sitting at a desk, relaxing and watching TV, anytime at all. No one can tell you're doing it, but it's very effective. So let's do that together. Just pull that belly button into your spine, and I'm looking at the clock and I'm timing you. Hold it nice and tight. Make sure you're breathing. Breathe through this. Your muscles are engaged. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Relax. Give yourselves a little break for 5 seconds, and then we're going to do it again. Pull in that belly button nice and tight, imagining that the back side of your belly button is trying to touch the front area of your spine. Imagine those two are trying to connect deep inside your body, and just hold it right there while you breathe. Hold it. Those muscles are engaged. You're feeling it. We're going to do it one more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Relax right through your belly. Please make sure you're breathing. Don't hold your breath for this exercise. Last time, let's do it. Pull that belly button in, nice and tight. Pull it in and hold it. I want you to really feel those muscles tense, engaged, strong, supporting your internal organs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Next, we'll move on to the rectus abdominis. Those are the vertical muscles that run up and down. The ones that show, if you were to have a 6-pack, that's the rectus abdominis that you see. And those are the muscles, they sit on top of the transverse abdominals. So we work those with forward flexion, or the spine curls in that position. But you don't want to use the muscles of your back. You want to make sure you are contracting the rectus abdominis. And we're going to do that by focusing on bringing the lower rib cage together with the top of the hip bones. So that's where the contraction occurs. And I want you to think about bringing the ribs close to the hip bones. And if you think about, imagine contracting that, you can't contract that without your body flexing forward in this position, right? That's what you want to do. But if you were to just think of bringing your shoulders to your knees, you know, you can do that without really contracting here. You can do it by using other muscles, especially the muscles in your back and your hip flexors. So we want to really contract through here. So we're going to do mind over muscle. Think about that contraction. We're going to do 8 crunches right here in the chair. So you don't even have to be on the floor to do them. We're going to place our hands on our shoulders and keep the elbows apart. And imagine sliding the rib cage to the hip bones. Contract and release. Let's repeat. Contract and release. That's it. Contract and release. Mind over muscle. Rib cage toward the hip bones. Contract and release, sitting up nice and tall. Contract and release. We have 4 more to go, but I want you to just check. When you're doing this, make sure your elbows aren't coming in and you're not rounding your shoulders forward. So keep this area flat and lengthened. Remember to keep your neck nice and long because the action is just right here. So we have 4 more to go. Let's do it. Contract, rib cage to the hips, and release. Good. Rib cage to the hips. And lift. 2 more. Stay with me. Contract. Up. Good. Rib cage to the hips. And lift. Very nice. We're going to now focus on the obliques, which run right here along the side of the waist. The obliques are responsible for rotation or twisting, as well as side bends, so side flexion this way. So we're going to do a little bit of both of that. First, let's do rotation. So just from above the waist, I want you to think about rotating your ribs and shoulders, moving as one to the side, looking right at that side wall. Feel that contraction along the side to which you are moving. And then release, coming back to the center, contraction on the other side to rotate the upper body looking at that side wall. And forward. Now you can place your hands on your hips if you like. And let's rotate to the side, upper body. Release, face forward. And let's rotate to the other side. And face forward. Let's do one more set. And remember to keep your shoulders and neck relaxed with this. The upper body moving as one. Rotate to the side. Release. And to the other side, rotate. And release. Nice. Now on our side bends, we're going to contract as we move to the side and then contract the other side as we pull up. So this exercise works both sides. And what we're going to do, I think today, let's put our hands on our shoulders and let's go to the side and back up. And let's try the other side and up. And again, don't think about elbow to hip, but think about same as we did before, the rib cage coming toward the hip bone. The contraction occurs right here in this small space. Right, here we go. Let's contract. Slide that rib cage into the side of the hip. Return. And let's do it to the other side. And lift. Let's do 6 more for a total of 8. To the side. And up. Other side. and up. And 4 more. I hope you're having a great time learning something, feeling those muscles in your body. 2 more. Actually, I miscounted, and now I think it's 2 more. And here's the last one to each side. Up, down, and up. Nice job. All right, so we've worked all aspects of the abdominal area. Let's move on to the back and the glutes. So remember, I showed you maybe a week or so ago that when we do these large back exercises, particularly our good mornings, which is when we bow forward, or our seated deadlifts, when we pull up from this bottom position and return, when we do those, we want to make sure we're protecting our lower back by accessing the large muscles in our buttocks, or the gluteus maximus. So to really experiment with how that feels, we're going to just do some of those squeezes right here while we're sitting. And as I shared with you before, when you engage your glutes in a sitting position, you should pop up just a little bit in your chair and release. Did you see me just move like a really tiny bit? Maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. I can feel it. So that's what I want you to do. So we're going to just do 4 of those, and we're going to just hold it really quickly for maybe 10 seconds. So let's give that a try. Squeeze those muscles and feel that little bit of a pop up, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Let's do it again. Squeeze, feel that lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to do 2 more just to know what it feels like this morning. Squeeze, lift up. That's it. Squeezing really hard now. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tighten it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Let's do it one more time. Here we go. Squeeze and hold. Hold. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. So when we do our good mornings, the first muscle that we activate is the glutes with that squeeze and then lift. And by doing that, you really protect the muscles of your lower back. So many times you hear, I was thinking of this yesterday, putting trash in the trash can. You often hear people say, lift with your legs. Actually, lift with your butt. Actually, those are the muscles that need to be engaged. Yes, your quads a little bit, but it's your glutes and hamstrings that really help you with a lift. Quads just a little bit, but man, if those glutes aren't engaged, you can still really injure your lower back, and you don't have quite the strength to just lift with your legs. So keep that in mind if you have to put trash in the trash can and lift it up and over. All right, let's focus now on the back, and we're going to start with our good mornings, bowing forward for a set of 8. You can use your hands for support if your back is not that strong. If you are able to, you can place your hands right here on your hips, which is how I'm going to demonstrate. So we're going to bow forward with a flat back as far as you can go, keeping the spine. I'm going to move my hand so that you can see that my back is flat in this position. And then I'm going to squeeze my glutes and lift my torso into the upright position. So we don't want to round the back forward. Okay, make sure that you keep your back flat. And let's do a set of 8. Here we go. Forward and squeeze and lift. That's it. Go forward and lift. I hope you're having fun. Smile. Hydrate if you need to. I just saw somebody drinking water. Good job. And lift. Very nice. 4 more. And 3. Two more. And here's the last one. Great job. I need a water break. So if you haven't had one, make sure you hydrate. Let's do one set of seated deadlifts. I'm going to move forward just a little bit more so that I can activate the muscles of my glutes and my lower back. And the seated deadlifts start all the way over as far as you can go with that hinged action through your hips and maintaining a flat back position. So your back is flat, and don't curve forward with your upper back. Make sure you keep the upper back lifted in the open position, nice posture. Reaching down with your arms down along the side of your legs, just lift and return. Imagining that you had weights in your hand. We do this with weights on Wednesdays. And the correct position to think about when you're doing this is sliding those weights along the front of your shin bones. So they're close into your body. Right here. Lift and return. This is such a good exercise for strengthening your back, improving your posture. 4 more. Lift. Good. And return. Two more. Stay with me. And smile, because this feels good. Here it is, the last one. Great job. All right, let's grab a hold of a fitness ball if you have one. Remember, you don't need it. You can hold your arms and your hands in position and do the workout right along with us. I never want you to feel like you have to buy something to participate in these classes. It's always an option to use something that I show and demonstrate, but it's never, never required. It's your choice. Sitting forward, we're going to start with full arm swings. We're going to work up to full arm swings. So we're going to start with the ball here in the low position. I've opened my legs just slightly to allow for that range of motion. And now I want to just lift the ball straight out in front of me to shoulder height and return. So I'm just going to lift and lower, nice and slow. Lift up and return. Lift and return. If you're doing this nice and slowly, you're going to feel the muscles in your mid-back and upper back responding, as well as muscles in your shoulder, particularly the front aspect of the deltoid. Lift and return. 4 more right here. And 3. Two more. And last one. Now, checking with the range of motion that you have available to you this morning in your shoulder. If you're able to move higher with me, you can do that. If not, stay in this lower position right here. If you have that range of motion, let's move to head height right here and return. Looks like a couple of you have pink balls like mine. Nice pink color. I see a blue one. And lift and return. Good. Lift and return. Four more right here at head height. Our last set of 8 will be all the way overhead, full range of motion. If you are able to move your arms and your shoulders have that and here comes the last one. Are you smiling? I hope you're enjoying this little bit of movement this morning. It's a wonderful workout. All the way up. Let's go. Lift all the way and return. Be very careful with shoulders. Please don't move through any areas that are painful. But notice if you have some areas that don't move as smoothly as others. Be cautious and move through that carefully. Don't work through noisy shoulders, clicking, grinding, crackling, popping. If you have that, please be careful. Back off. Reduce the range of motion that you're attempting if you have a lot of noise going on in those joints. Unless a doctor has said, oh, you need to work through this, then please don't do it with me. Nice and slow. Just 2 more. And here's the last one. Good. Now let's do circles. So we're going to do full rounds, starting with shoulder height. Same thing. 8 at shoulder height, 8 at head height, 8 all the way up, full range of motion if that's available to you and comfortable this morning. Ready? Here we go. And that's 1. 2. So we go once around to each side, getting a little bit of a gentle torso twist in so you can engage your obliques. Your transverse abdominals should also be engaged as you have your diaphragm lifted and you're using good posture. Three more. Two more. And here's the last one. And then we're going to go bigger if you are with me. Good. And if you've got that comfortable range of motion this morning in your shoulder, let's go a little bit larger. Head height. Circle it around. Just tap and go. Remember not to rest over here in this low position. Don't rest. Just think about it as you're just going to tap and go, like in a relay. Tap and go. Don't stop. Keep it moving. Tap and go. 4 more. Two more. And here's the last one. Now, full range of motion, if that's comfortable for you, let's do 8 all the way around. Tap and go. Oh, this is so good for the shoulders, the upper back, and the obliques if you let them. Let the obliques and the transverse abdominals engage during this movement. Four more. Two more. This is the last one, right? Ah. Woo. Good job. All right, I'm going to hydrate here. I need a little bit of water in between, and then we're going to go on and do a little bit more concentrated shoulder work. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. How about that? We're going to do 4 movements on each side, nice and slow. We'll do a set of 8, and it's going to look like this. We're going to do up, out to the side, down along the hip, and back out to the side. That's going to be like one rep. And we're going to do 8. We're going to do all with one arm and then switch to the other. So here we go. Lift up, open side, take it down, and open side again. Good. Lift up, open side, take it down, open side. Great. Lift up, open side, take it down, and open again. That's right. Here's the third one. Lift up and open. Take it down, open side. Check your posture. We have 4 more to go. Rib cage lifted, transverse abdominals nice and tight. Lift up, open, down, and open side again. That's good. 3 more. Take it up and side. Down and side. Lift up. And open. Here's the last one on this side. Lift up. Open side. down along your side, and open. And now we're going to change hands. We're going to do 8 on the other side. Up, open, down along the hip, and open side. Take it up. Remember, tap and go. Don't rest in any of these positions. Down and open side. This is the third one. Take it up. Open side. Down alongside your hip and open. Number 4 right here. And open. 4 more. Open. Good. 3 more. Check your posture. 2 more. Stay with me. You can do this. This is the last set, right? Up, open side, down alongside your hip, and 1 more open to the side. Great job. All right, let's do a little bit of work with our hips and legs. We're going to put the ball down. I'm going to drink a little bit more water. Push that out of the side. Drink. So as we're working on our legs, sit forward in your chair if you need to so that you have the ability to move a little bit more. We're going to do some lower leg extensions. The goal here is to maintain position with your torso so that you're not rocking or assisting the movement. It requires a tight abdominal area and strong back muscles. You may put your hands on your hips if you feel like you've got that strength. Hold on to the seat of the chair if you want a little bit more support. The goal is just to extend the lower leg, just out to a heel tap, just like we do in our cardio classes. Heel tap in front. We're going to do 8, 7, extend that lower leg, 6, sit up nice and tall, 5, tighten your abs, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, stay with me, last one, let's do the other leg for 8, right here, just extend that lower leg out and in. So we're getting a little bit of a quadriceps workout, a little bit of hip flexor, and anything else that you tighten and hold really still is also going to be engaged. So transverse abdominals, perhaps. Four more. And 3. 2 more. Last one. Now, if you can, full leg extension. So you're going to extend that lower leg out all the way. If you can, toes pointing up toward the ceiling. Hold on to the seat of the chair if you need that extra support. 8 on each side, 8 with each leg. 7 and 6. Strong back, tight abs. 5, 4, 3 more, 2, last one. Great. Other leg. Five, 4 more. 3. 2 more. Here's the last one. Good. Working inner and outer thighs. Extend that lower leg just slightly so your heel is lifted from the floor so you have the ability to slide your leg to the side and return. You want to contract the outer thigh as you open, inner thigh as you pull it back into the center. Out and in. We're doing 8. Open and return. Hold on for extra support. Four more. And 3. 2 more. Last one right here. There it is. In and down. Let's do the other leg now. Inner and outer thigh. Open to the side. Oops. Move my water bottle so I don't kick it. Open and return. Four more. You got this. 3 more. 2 more. Good. Last one. And relax. And we do a little bit of marching in place right here. Let's march. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Relax. One more time. March in place. What do you think? Let's give it a shot. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Relax. Good. Open your legs just slightly over the corner edge of the chair so that you can do an inner thigh stretch, hinging forward. I use my forearms right here, both for support and to hold my knees open so that I can get a good inner thigh stretch as I go forward. And I'm just going to hold that position where I am hinged forward as far as both my inner thighs and my lower back will allow me to be in the flat back position right here, just holding that stretch. Relax and breathe into your stretch and release. Bringing the legs back into the normal seated position, knees facing forward. Flat back over to the point where you can no longer hinge with a flat back, and then allow your spine to roll, curving forward over your thighs and reaching down toward the floor, toward your feet. Feel the separation in your vertebrae as you allow that nice rounded, curved back stretch. And when you're ready, use your hands to support, lifting back up into the vertical position. Inhale and reach nice and tall. Exhale. Let's do that one more time. Nice big inhale. Fill your lungs and exhale and release. stay with me as we do some breath work and have a few positive affirmations before I share my closing slides. And if you need to have a little bit of water, go ahead and do that. Relax into your seated position, but don't slouch. Just see if you can find a comfortable position in which your posture is still engaged in a good, positive manner. But draw your attention to your breathing. Notice the rate and rhythm of your breath. We didn't have a hard workout today, so I wouldn't expect that you would be out of breath. Your respiration rate hasn't increased. Your heart rate probably isn't elevated. You may be a little warm. You might have a little perspiration because it is warm. And we did engage some of the large muscle groups today. But I just want you to notice what your normal rate and rhythm is of breathing. Don't make any changes, just notice it. It's good to be aware of how our body works. So when it doesn't work, you actually know what it should be like. With your next intake of breath, I want you to imagine those cells drawing in positive thoughts and images with your fresh oxygen. Positive images might be something that you like. Faces of grandchildren, beautiful flowers, beach scenery, mountains, lakes, rivers, streams, the ocean. Whatever is a positive image for you, imagine that positive imagery coming along in with that good fresh oxygen and filling your lungs with that positive energy that comes from positive thoughts. And allow it to go from your lungs into the rest of your body and fill your soul, your cells with positivity. Happy, joyful thoughts. And as you exhale, release all the negative. Get rid of worries and fears. Let go of criticisms and judgments. Just release the negative. One more time, draw in positive air, positive images, positive energy, good thoughts and feelings. Hold on to that positive image, whatever you thought. Mine is typically flowers, whatever's blooming. Sunflowers are good. I'm wearing yellow, so sunflowers seems appropriate today for my positive image. I'm imagining my lungs are filled with the images of sunflowers, and I'm letting that positive, joyful, happy energy go right out into the rest of the cells of my body, filling me up with joy, gratitude, optimistic thoughts for the day ahead. And I'm letting go of my worries and fears and any negative thoughts that I may have had or carried with me from the weekend. Let's have a couple of positive affirmations to take with us today. See if any of these appeal to you. I accept myself totally and completely right now, the way I am. Not with any changes, not with any criticisms, but I accept myself, I love myself, and I believe that I am worthy and worthwhile, just the way I am. I work on any problems I may have, and then I release them. I let them go. Don't let them plague my thoughts and feelings or cloud any judgment I have about myself during the day. I forgive myself for mistakes of the past. mistakes of the present, and even future mistakes. I forgive myself and I let them go. One more thing that if you carry with you can be negative energy that we don't want or need in our daily thoughts and actions. I trust and I listen to the intelligence within me. Those little voices, that gut feeling that might say, go check if the doors are locked before you go to bed, or that prompting to drink some water, take a nap. I trust and I act upon those thoughts and messages. I'm patient and loving with my fearful, worrisome thoughts. I am patient and loving with them. And I choose to perceive the peaceful side of life. I choose peace over arguing. I choose peace over being right. I am at peace. I am at peace. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed today's class and got a great workout this morning, something to take you into the rest of the week. Stay with me for the rest of my closing messages in my slides here. Fantastic. Remember, if you're active on social media, you can share your experience by using the hashtag GetSetUp or the @ @GetSetUp, or you can email Liz at getsetup.io. If you're looking for some other classes to get moving, check out Ageless Grace or the line dancing classes. Look for some of the yoga sessions that are being offered, and we also have Tai Chi. My next class tomorrow is Let's Get Moving, and on Wednesday, I teach seated strength training. Be on the lookout for the email that will come after today's class that will contain some key takeaways about today's session, as well as highlight some other classes you might be interested in trying. And there will also be a link where you can provide feedback. And know that I read all the feedback. So please share your feedback, share your thoughts and feelings about today's classes. You know that you can invite a friend to join you here on Get Set Up. Right after you book your class, you can click on Invite a Friend, add their email address, and then click the orange screen, and they will automatically receive an email inviting them to join you right here on Get Set Up. And once again, as I promised, here is that important email. It's help@getsetup.io. You want to use that email to let us know that you would like to host an interest group, suggest a new class topic, or share the organization in your town or community where we might seek a partnership. But most importantly, this is the email that you want to use to request a recording of today's class. Thank you once again for joining me, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.